welcome back to TNT RGB, and I'm going to continue part 2 of the top questions to wrap up our 2021. It's almost over. It's almost over. So let's get into the video. Alright, y'all. So I've been on vacay mode, right? Winter break mode. So I just got up, ate, and threw my hair up in this bun again, and some earrings, and we're about to get through this video. Alright? So, and I'm not going to be before y'all long, as the preachers say. So, as you all know, I recently did a video last Wednesday about, like I said before, the top 10 questions to wrap up, or to process, before we wrap up 2021. So I did 1 through 5 last week. So this time I'm going to do 6 through 10. And again, you guys can answer these as you go along. You can answer these in the comments, or you can just think about some stuff and even come up with your own questions to try to help you process how 2021 went, because we are fastly approaching 2022, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Alright, so number 6 is, in what ways will I take better care of myself in 2022? One major thing that I want to do better in is my physical health. I up and down with my weight due to steroids, due to diet, due to just me being lazy and procrastinating. And I have a membership to a gym, y'all. And if you don't even have a membership to a gym, what about, I have access to YouTube. So there's no reason why I should just be stuck like this. But when it comes to jobs, when it comes to your career, when it comes to just your, like I said, your overall mental space, a lot of times we put ourselves last, we put our health last. We just want to eat some good food, be comfortable, and stay in the house. And I feel like the last month or two, that's how I've been. But I have made a conscious decision. I cannot be like that, because if I'm complaining about my weight or noticing that I've gained a couple of more pounds when I'm supposed to be losing, and I know that I'm capable of doing it, because last year I lost over 31 pounds. I haven't went all the way back up, but I'm stuck at this particular number, and I'm like, that's not good. And just taking better care of myself physically is a big thing. I want to get rid of the aches and pains, even though, like I said, a lot of that stuff comes from medicines that I take. But I want to get rid of aches and pains. I want to get rid of just excess weight that I carry. For, like I said, I've just been thinking about it a lot. I've considered surgery. I've considered just doing it naturally and going to the gym and dieting. And the biggest thing that I want to do better at, y'all, is not even just exercising, but diet, like what I put into my body. And the last couple of weeks I've been very conscious of that, because like I said, again, you'd be so tired and overwhelmed and just ready to get off work and get something quick. And a lot of times, for a lot of us, we eat a lot of fast food, and that's not good. I've shared with my friends and family that I feel guilty about eating fast food for some reason. Like, it's like, I know I shouldn't eat this, but then I do it anyway, and it's not even good. It costs entirely too much money. So I just be like, I'm going to take better care of myself physically. So what about you? What are you gonna do to take better care of yourself? I'm also going to mentally going to stay off of social media platforms as much as possible. I'm not going to read the comments. I'm not going to go looking at other people's pages. I'm not going to just waste a lot of my time just scrolling, um, because I feel like it can get you in your feelings. It can get you to want to go search and lurk for people that you may not even be cool with anymore, or maybe exes, or just people that you just want to spy on or whatever. Um, it can just make you upset, just like I said, by reading some comments on certain posts or in certain groups that just people have. The people just feel like they need to say, the trolls, those who are just consciously knowing that they're putting hateful speech out there and don't care because they're somewhere around the world spending all their day going back and forth with people on social media. That's something I do not do. Um, and like I said, just focusing more on good stuff, focusing on things that will help me to prosper and not just continue to set me back or have me just stuck in the moment procrastinating, doing nothing out of fear of pursuing whatever I feel as though God has placed on my heart to do. So again, I ask, what will you do to better take care of yourself in 2022? All right, number 7. What has been a barrier to me as far as completing my goals? And how will I remove the barrier in 2022? One thing I mentioned time and time again is a financial barrier. I've shared that I went to University of Louisville back in 2006. I only completed my freshman year and had other hopes of going to other colleges, got all the paperwork, get all that stuff done, but then, things happened in those colleges where they weren't accredited. They wouldn't be accredited for like 4 years, so we all had to withdraw. It was just a whole bunch. And so I just gave up. But recently, I started back working with children, because in high school I worked in daycares. In high school I was a peer partner. In high school, even in middle school, we would go to pre-K classes and help them read and pass out snacks. Like I even mentioned one day on social media that even as a child I would always play like I was the teacher. I would have permission slips. For those of us who are in like the late 20s, early 30s, if y'all remember those big books that the teachers used to have on their desks that had everybody's names and like assignments or something like that, and they would physically have to write the grades in that like greenish whitish book. I made my own book like that. I would put the check marks. I would make homework. If I didn't just say that, I would make permission slips. I always knew that I wanted to be a teacher, and just allowing people as I was growing up to kind of distort my of what I had in my heart to do. I pursued nursing, which it wasn't bad, but I knew that it was something from just working at the working in nursing homes, working at the hospital this past 6.5 years. I was good at it. I learned a lot, but it was just something in me that was like kids. I even wanted to be a pediatric nurse practitioner, but and not knowing it at the time, when I wasn't able to, finish school and all that stuff, pursue that dream, I felt like, well, this is going to be my life. But recently, like I said, last year, I was able to finally get into being an instructional assistant, paraeducator, if you will, for a school here in Jefferson County Public Schools, and I love it. Even though those little boogers get on my nerves, I love it. I still am learning a lot. I celebrated my 1 year of working there in October of 2021, so shout out to me. But I feel as though I want to go even further. I want to become a certified teacher, even though I see the plight of the teachers in this district. I'm working right now at an elementary school, which I've always dreamed of doing. I love English. I loved language arts in elementary school. I always said that I would want to be like a reading teacher or writing teacher. Just, I used to love drawing, like, when we had to do portfolios and making up your own stories and things like that. And just to see those kids running around, even though they are a mess, I was just like, man, like, I felt like ever since I was assigned to this school this year, that God has been placing, like, next level in front of me. And I was frustrated, I'm not going to lie, because I was so used to the school that I started in. But I've just, to see a different aspect of it, to see pre-K all the way through kindergarten to 5th grade, I'm like, I can do this. Like, there's going to be trouble. There's going to be students and parents that, just blow you away. But just being able to just see firsthand how things go in an elementary school and not just a early childhood center, has just made me be like, I can do it. And like I said, even to the point where I lead in certain areas in the classroom, and I'm like, it's not all that bad. Talking to other teachers, talking to substitute teachers, and just knowing and just being constantly confirmed, like, this is something that you're supposed to be doing. Even on Sunday, y'all, my pastor was just like, I see your channel, I'll be seeing your posts, like, keep it up, you my teacher. I always told you, and he has every single time. He has told me year after year, you my teacher, and he, just knowing that that's something that I'm supposed to be doing. And like I said, even if I can't go necessarily all the way for whatever reason, I'm appreciative of where I am now, because regardless of a piece of paper, I'm still a teacher. I'm considered a teacher, and I know that I am where I am. It's been spoken to me numerous of times that I have a heart for children, and it just blows my mind away how everybody sees that in me. So that's how I know that that's something that God has wanted me to do from an early age. Like I said, I can remember all the way back to 3rd grade that a pre-K teacher used to literally come get me out of class to help her in her class. And shout out to Miss Hodges, love ya. But yeah, a barrier to me is finances. I don't have the amount of money needed to pay back to U of L, to get my transcript released so that I can go to school. And I've even gone as far as, like, not even putting that I went to U of L on the applications, but of course they have to do their research and they see that that's that. And they don't have payment plans and stuff like that. So one of those barriers is literally me not having the money to release my transcript. And and how will I remove the barrier? The only thing I can say is saving money, and saving money to get that amount, and then seeing what goes from there. But I'm believing and I'm trusting and I'm hoping that that I'm gonna get that, because it's like a constant just voice in my head. Like I said before, even though I see the plight of the teachers, I see them complain. I see how, the system doesn't listen to them. I see all of that. But I know that it's something I'm supposed to do. And if they can do it, I know I can. And it's taken me this long since, like I said, 06, 07, and it's now about to be 2022 for me to realize that I got it. I got what it takes. And everybody has their first day. Everybody has their first year. There's a teacher there now who I met. I don't know what grade she teaches, but sis was in tears. But at the end of the day, she had teachers rallying around her to let her know that it's okay. Because it is scary when you come in the middle of a school year and you feel like you don't know what you're doing. Because I've always said, even with nursing, like, they can tell you in the book how to do it, but when you get there and you're doing it on your own and you're doing it like in your hands on for real in the field, it's totally different. And it's just something that I really want to do, y'all. It is, even to the point where I want to kind of like start and this is my first time even saying this, like start learning more about the Bible. Like I enjoy reading it. I enjoy reading the stories. Now, I'm not saying that I've been called to preach or anything like that. No, I'm not saying that. But I truly would love to take classes to just dive deeper into like more context of the Bible, learning different things, and like just because it's a good book. It's a good book, and it has helped me to get to where I am today. So just wanted to just dive deeper into that. I feel like that's something that God is telling me to do as well. So yeah, y'all, the barrier for real, and for I feel like a lot of people is just lack of resources financially. And so prayerfully, one of these old days it's gonna happen. And until then, I'm going to be content where I am and continue to learn from those around me and continue to learn from my surroundings and soak up all the knowledge that I can until God is like, Danielle, it's time. So yeah, y'all, that's it. Let's go to question number 8. All right, question number 8 is what limited. Oh my gosh. What limiting beliefs do I need to release? That one is easy. That it's never going to happen. Like I said, I struggle, not struggle, I don't like using that word. I have days where I be like, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. And it's because I'm focusing on what I see. Period. And I know for a lot of us, that's what we hear all the time. It's never going to happen. Or another belief is that, well, maybe you're not clear on the path that God is trying to get you to take, or maybe you're not hearing God right. Maybe this is just you thinking. And a lot of times, that's what I struggle with. That's what for years has held me back, is fear that I'm not hearing God correctly, and doubting that I'm able to do it because it's just too late. I should have done this or could have done this years ago. So that's a limiting belief that I really truly have to get out of me. And it is nothing but doubt, and it's nothing but the enemy, and it's nothing but me holding myself back, feeling as though these people over here, they got it, they can do it, but me, no, it's not gonna happen for me for whatever reason. That goes with going to school, that goes with having children, that goes with being married, that goes with buying a home. It's just like, this is how it's gonna be it. This is how it's gonna be it. And it's just like, why do I think that? If I've experienced God's faithfulness and His provision this long, even before I was this deep into my faith and this close in relation to Him, why do I doubt that now? And it's our human side. Like I said, it's focusing on what I see. It's looking at my circumstances. It's me thinking that I don't have what it takes. But like I've said before, if God can bring me this far and continue to provide every single one of my needs, why would I tell Him that I don't believe that what He can do? Like, I be thinking sometimes like my desires is too much. And for real, if we think about it, our desires be down here, because God can do abundantly above all that we can ever think of or imagine. Like I say, I pray all the time, Lord, that I can have a 2-bedroom apartment or a townhome, and I'm like, man, the fact that I should have a 4-bedroom house. Like, God can do it, and people will wonder, how did she get that with her credit like that? How did she get that with the one job that she has? God is able. And those limiting beliefs, especially if, like I said, before in the other question, when I apply to things and I'm gonna do it, and then there's a door that's slammed in my face, and I just be like, well, see, like that's always my story. But I've come to realize that a lot of times it's just God, it's not necessarily a door, but it's a hallway. It's like God is making you wait for a reason. He had to get me to this point to be able to handle the pressure of possibly going of not possibly but handle the pressure of going to school and carving out time to study. And he's even with this channel, and prior to like me signing up for Wife Academy classes with Redefine TV, and taking notes again, and knowing how to, like I said, carve out that time, that specific time in your busy day to study, to sit down, to have homework that's due, and to have to actually do it, and make cards, and make and recite certain things, and just those little steps that I'm like, oh, this is cool, I can do it. Those things, I feel like every time that I do, I'm like, hey, if I can do it for this, I can do it to go to college and get the grades that I need to. I can to get the degree that I need to. Like, it ain't that bad. Just little stuff that I've noticed along the way that I can do it. Like I said, God puts next level in front of you so that when that time comes for you to do whatever it is He's asking you to do, like, you'll see, like, He's been preparing you for that long, for this long. Like I said, even like I said last year when I had to stay home, all of those months, that entire summer, He was preparing me not only to strengthen my relationship with Him, but preparing me for me having to stay home for months on end with the job that I was about to get. I didn't know I was about to get it, but the job that I was about to get, which was teaching class on a computer at home during a worldwide pandemic. Like, I was just, it's just how He sets things up. But like I said, a lot of times just focusing on what I lack or focusing on what I don't have causes me to limit myself and be like, no, well, God ain't listening to you, or you've been in a situation too long, you ain't gonna never get it. Like, and it's just, like I say all the time, it makes me upset that I think that way when I know that I've seen God's hand on my life over and over, and I've seen His faithfulness over and over. I've seen what He can do over and over, but it's just me. It's like it's just doubt. It's an insecurity that I still struggle with. But I just thank God that I'm learning, and I can see that, and He's revealed that to me, and I know the tools to put in place to get that to get that out of my mind, and to cast down all of those things, and to not focus on the focus on what I don't see right now, but to be grateful, like I say all the time, for what I have now, and to seek God's face, to ask Him, okay, I don't have it, so what is it that I need to know? What are you trying to show me? What are you trying to tell me to get to where I need to go in the future? And that's truly the limiting belief. That's it, that I cannot do that, and I have to release that. I have to release it, because if I keep telling myself that, I'm really going to start believing it, and I'm really going to hold myself back from the blessings that God has for me. All right, so number 9, what do I need to practice more or less of? What do I need to practice more of? I need to practice more of, I guess, just to tie it in with the rest of these questions, I need to practice more of trusting God. and having patience not only with him, but learning to have patience with myself and others around me, to know that everything is not going to come so super quick. I'm not always going to have the answers for everything. God sometimes is not going to always be so audible to where you're like, okay, and then go and do it. I have to practice more of trusting. And while I'm trusting him and waiting on him, to have the patience for him to clearly give me the okay to do something, the yes of something, the direction to do something, and to have a heart of expectancy, to know that it ain't just talking. I have to truly believe that he's coming, and greater is coming. And the more that I seek after him, I have to practice more of seeking after God for all things, and waiting on him to give me the answer, and not just how we do all the time, or not just we, but how I may do sometimes is I ask God, but then I make up the answer that I want him to tell me, or that I feel like I should already know, and then go from there. I have to practice more of trusting and waiting, and just being patient and working while I wait. Well, not working, but seeking him while I wait. I have to practice less of wanting to know the end result of stuff. Like, I want to, like I said before, I want to get there. I want to get there. I want to know. I want to know. And a lot of times I may get on people's nerves around me, or I get on my own nerves with not just wanting to already know, and like overly just asking questions. And I have to be less in my mind, and coming up with all these scenarios, coming up with all of these things that aren't true, or may not even ever be true. But again, focusing on what I see and feeling like this is it. I have to practice less of trying to get to the end, and again, less of trying to figure it all out on my own, and more of trusting and waiting for God and seeking him, so that everything else that's trying to distract me or trying to like just get in my way, I'll be able to surrender and release it, and hear from him and him only. All right, y'all. So, number 10, the last question. What is one boundary that I need to put into place to improve my peace in 2022? One boundary that I need to put into place to improve or keep my peace. That's a good question. Oh my gosh. One boundary, just one. One boundary is, I feel like one boundary would be if people show you who they are, or if people like constantly just are committed to not understanding you, committed to listening to react instead of responding, or they show you, who they are, that they don't really care, to be like, okay, I love you from a distance, but I'm not dealing with that, and I'm not receiving it. Because a lot of times we like to project things onto other people. We don't like to be confronted with our secrets. We don't like to be confronted with the bad things about ourselves, because we think we're doing such a good job at hiding them. But when God places people in your life that have gone through the same journey as you have, or are on that same journey as you, but a little bit further down the process, and we reject the challenges that they may come to us with. Remember, like iron sharpens iron, so a friend should sharpen a friend. And we do it in love, not doing it to accuse you of anything, not doing it to shame you or make you feel guilty or make you feel like you don't know what you're talking about or make you feel less than or make you feel silly or stupid. We reject when people do that, and I was that person. I didn't like to be for other people to tell me about myself because, like I said, I felt like I was doing a good job of hiding it. And a lot of times when you tell people about themselves, not in a nasty way, but in a loving way, in a way to, well, what can you do to correct that? They get attitudes. They upset that you can see through their BS. So a lot of times I would like try to overly explain myself. I would get into arguments with people. People would try to come at me because of who I am. Like, who you think you are? You can't tell me nothing. You don't know what you're talking about. Or they'll be like, I don't like how you came at me. Like, just trying to dismiss or, like trying to get away from the fact of I'm here to help. They want to focus more on what I said or how I said it. Does that make sense? So it's just like I have to understand that, again, I can't control nobody else. I can't change anybody else. I have to learn how to love people from a distance, especially when it's if in conversation or whatever that they start to say, well, you made me this or you did that. No, like I heard recently, if you can't tell me what I said or what I did right then and there to make you feel that way, then baby, that has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you. And you're upset at the fact that I see it and I'm in tune with that. And you thought you was doing a good job at hiding it, but I'm letting you know it's evident and it's clear as day that you need help in this certain area. And if you don't want to receive it right now, I Audrey, can be like, all right. And when you are ready, I'm here. And when I tell you, when I heard that just freed me right there in that moment because I'm like, that's what I've been doing. And that's a boundary that I'm not going to allow anybody to cross. My intention is not to make you feel like you don't know nothing, to make you feel like you're stupid, to make you feel like you're less than, to make you feel like I'm better. I can't, nobody can have that power over you. When you feel that way, it's because that's something that is going on inside of you. And if you continue to reject the conversation, or you continue to just want to focus on a minor thing instead of the whole thing that I'm coming to you with about yourself, I'm not wasting my breath. I'm not wasting my time. And that's that. So yeah, y'all, that was that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember that that boundaries are very, very important, especially if you're like me and you are serious about your relationship with Christ, and your mental health and your peace. You have to set those boundaries. No time for lying, no time for cheating, no time for excuses, no time for fake people, no time for just being taken advantage of by others, no time for your kindness being taken for weakness, no time for people not reciprocating the same love and respect for you that you give them. No time for fake love. Okay? No time for just people taking advantage of your heart. Been there, done that. We're not doing that again. No time for people to again, like I said, project all that they don't want to deal with onto you, because they're just afraid to deal with their issues as well. Because as I've said before, I said it yesterday, I said it the day before, God cannot heal what you had. So Everybody got to start taking a deeper look into themselves and get into the root of some things that we got going on, so that we can be better people, so that we can show up for those loved ones and show up for ourselves, most importantly, and not dwindle ourselves down to take crap from people who are just sent to kill, steal, and destroy. Because the devil traffics through people, things, environments, and in 2022, I'm rising, I'm prospering, I'm getting to what God has for me, and I'm going to continue to do that, and I'm going to continue to stay in that lane. And if you serious about me, you going to hop right along and allow God to do the work in you. And if not, you got to go, no matter who you are. I love you, but you ain't going with me. you ain't stopping me. Because I have issues where I stop myself. I'm not gonna let nobody else stop me. So yeah, y'all, it's been an interesting year. It's been just a lot, but I'm grateful that I'm still here. I'm grateful that my friends and family are still here. I'm grateful that for all the things that God showed me. Like, I got you, Audrey. Just trust me. And I pray that our 2022 will continue to be, as I said, Pastor YPJ said, the year of rising and prospering, and enjoying the fruits of our labor, enjoying the harvest from the seeds that we have planted these last 2 years, because they have been mind-blowing. But even still, God works all things out for our good. So I will see you all next week, and I'll talk about my favorite moments and some of my not so favorite moments of 2021, because next week it's over. So I will see you all later. Remember to keep your peace, stay in peace, and choose peace. Peace.